Dynamics delivers the airborne allergy samples daily and is a leading provider of same-day and logistics services throughout Canada and the United States.
Hello, everyone. You're watching C2C here on the Weather Network. My name is Krifaton.
I'm Jane Brown for Kim McDonald. Great to have you here with us.
I'm trying to imagine what 600 millimeters of rain would feel like.
It's a lot. What is that now?
That's,
We need our calculator.
wow, that's an awful lot of rain. I mean, I lived in Vancouver for a
feet.
long time, and there was a lot of rain there, but never 600 millimeters in one shot.
We're talking about tropical storm Brett now moving across Texas. By comparison, though, into southern Manitoba, just 22.5 millimeters of rain last night.
Yeah, but some damaging weather is just the same because we had hail. We also had a lot of power knocked out to people as a result of some severe thunderstorm activity. That system now moving into northwestern Ontario and then moving south into the States.
Why are eastern Canadian summers so much more humid than western Canada's? It's the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean Sea, and the Atlantic Ocean that supply eastern Canada with its humid air. In the summer, these bodies of water can exceed temperatures of 30 degrees Celsius, saturating the air above them with moisture. This moist air is then carried by winds, rotating around the high-pressure system near Bermuda. The humid air travels thousands of kilometers to eastern Canada and as far west as Ontario.
This is the Continental Regional Forecast, where we show you conditions both stateside and here in Canada. And as we've been telling you all day today, Brett has been downgraded to a tropical storm after hitting the southern coast of Texas last night as a hurricane, the strongest hurricane to hit Texas in some 25 to 30 years. What they are fortunate about is that the strongest winds really hit regions where there was not heavily populated. Had it hit Corpus Christi, for instance, there would have been significantly more damage. But we're seeing an awful lot of rain. 650 millimeters has fallen so far. Another 250 millimeters continues is to be forecast for some parts of the southern regions of Texas because Brett is really moving at a very slow rate around west-northwest at 10 kilometers per hour, and some centers are reporting as much as 50 millimeters of rain per hour. That is an awful lot of rain, so flash floods are certainly going to be a problem in southern Texas. Now to show you what is happening across all of North America as of this hour, here's Jane Brown.
You can see here behind me, Les, on our national composite shot of the United States, they are still getting all of that rain that we're talking about, maybe in some places a meter of rain, and maximum sustained winds still very strong at 75 kilometers an hour. Now, a lot of the residents fled in advance of the hurricane making landfall last night, residents from Brownsville up to Corpus Christi, Texas, and windows throughout the region were taped and boarded as they awaited the hurricane to strike the coast. The last time they had a Category 4 hurricane in Texas was in 1980, roughly the same area as well, causing $55 million in damage. And they also had one back in 1989. It was a deadly one, actually. It killed 3 people, Hurricane Jerry, and that is the last time Texas, the state, was actually hit by a hurricane. So we'll continue to watch the rain, the flood watches, the warnings, the tornado watches as well, because about 25% of hurricanes which hit the continental United States spawn tornadoes, and that has been the case with Brett, which is now a tropical storm, as we've been telling you about. We're also dealing with that there is other weather around the continental United States. Into the northeastern corner of Iowa, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning in place. That will likely be the case throughout the day, and it all has to do with this area of low pressure. This is the one that brought all the rain and the hail, strong winds, 80-kilometer-an-hour winds last night to Winnipeg and the surrounding area. So that will continue to push through the Great Lakes over the next little while, pushing south and east, and that's why we're seeing that severe thunderstorm warning into Iowa. Wouldn't be surprised if Wisconsin and Minnesota also started to see those as the afternoon wears on. Now, off the back of this, we do have a trough extending up into Thompson and Churchill. They're seeing the showers as we speak, but it is, as it continues to move, starting to clear out of southern Manitoba. What's interesting about the situation for the southern regions of that province is that we've got high pressure here very nicely settling into that area. Warm Pacific air is flowing around the high pressure, and that is funneling into southern Manitoba, and that's why we've got dew points that are up into the high teens, and that is why we could see temperatures feeling like 30, 31 degrees, even though the thermometer is only going to read 24, 25 degrees. So a very humid air mass pushing into that region. High pressure throughout Ontario and Quebec, starting to improve in the Maritimes. Still some lingering showers, though, on the east coast of Newfoundland. And then for the west coast here, we do have this cold front, which is bringing us clouds and showers into the northern regions of BC. You can see it pretty well defined here on our satellite image. Still some lingering clouds into the southern interior. Those should break up with that high pressure pushing into the area. And we are looking at a pretty nice day for Victoria and Vancouver. Into the interior, temperatures into the low 30s as well. And for southern Alberta, a nice day. Edmonton, Calgary, Medicine Hat, and Lethbridge, all included. Mid-20s, high 20s in some cases. So a lovely day for you there. Picture perfect throughout Saskatchewan, too, as we mentioned. And Winnipeg starting to clear out as the day, or Manitoba, rather, as the day progresses. Still, though, with the showers, as I mentioned, for Churchill and Thompson. Now, we do also have a line of instability cutting across Lake Michigan. And this is the one that's going to be bringing us the showers and clouds to southwestern Ontario over the next 24 hours. We're already seeing the clouds there, and we're seeing the showers into Sault Ste. Marie, which will be the order of the afternoon into that town. City rather, and then into southwestern Ontario, the clouds will start to push in. They are already doing this. This is a fairly optimistic forecast for Sarnia, seeing the sun peak out now, but as the day moves on, less in that way. But very nice for southern Quebec, Montreal, Quebec City. A nice day for both of those centers with the high pressure, and clearing out fairly quickly now into maritime Canada. We do have some lingering fog here and there, but that should burn off as the day progresses. Temperatures in the low 20s, but very pleasant with the sun peeking out. Still, though, off the back of the low pressure system, which is moving out into the Atlantic, we're seeing some showers, the wraparound effect from that low pressure system. So Gander and St. John's, showers the order of the day pretty much all day long. Les?
Well, Jane, besides Brett hitting southern Texas, we had some nasty weather move through the prairies over the weekend. We'll have that story coming up for you in our newscast in just a couple of minutes' time. Let's take a look at what the conditions will be like on Tuesday. We hand it back to Jane.
I told you about that warm, humid air being pumped in from the Pacific. Now, this is where you'll get a chance to see how it's really going to play out. By tomorrow afternoon,